Rock and Brews is very unique. Rock and Brews is a restaurant that almost creates a community. The people who come to Rock and Brews make new friends. They're people who have the same interests. Great food, great company, great beer. There's a lot of pride in everything that we do because we do it as though we were home.
As we all know, Paul is a dazzling rock star on the stage. Who would have thought he in fact has another unique expertise off stage, and that is to make pizza.
So this is a restaurant, for better words. It's a restaurant that celebrates classic music, the music that we all loved and still love. The reason classic rock exists is because it's been great, and that's why people still listen to it. So it's a rock-themed restaurant, but beyond that, it's almost a club where you don't have to pay to be a member. It's a family, and the food is fabulous. It's comfort food, as we call it in America. It's the kind of food that you would hope to have at home, and perhaps it reminds people of being home. And then to top it off, we have these amazing beers from around the world, and we're so proud of some of the local breweries that we carry, and then additionally, craft beers, microbreweries, all these people who treat beer as the art that it is. Beer is the new wine. Beer is now something that is crafted with the same kind of care that wine is. So that goes hand in hand with the food that we serve. Being somebody who loves food, it was important to me that the food was something that I could believe in. And if I believe in food, it means I have to be able to eat it. Whether I'm cooking or being served, I expect a certain standard. And Rock and Brews delivers food which is unparalleled. It's not fast food, it's fabulous food. Want to try one?
I co-founded Rock and Brews with my partners just a short time ago, but it's grown so fast all over the world, Mexico, Maui, all over the United States, and now perhaps China. And we have a philosophy that Rock and Brews is based on the culture of classic rock. Classic rock isn't just music in the same way perhaps that if you really are a fan of a sports team, it's a part of your life. So your favorite song or your favorite concert memory is a part of the memories of your life. So we wanted to create an eating experience where you're surrounded by the music that's important in your life with videos and imagery of the favorite bands that people like. And of course, you can bring your family there, your kids, even your pets at some of our events. You can pour your own beers at some of the tables. You can have a choice of 80 to 100 craft beers. There's gluten-free pizzas and gluten-free beers, or you can have full fat, whatever you want. So people love it and we're proud of it.
Mike Reynolds is an expert in all aspects of franchising, mergers and acquisitions, and taking emerging brands public. He was recently announced as the Chief Executive Officer of Rock and Brews, and he's ready to take the brand on a world tour.
So the Rock and Brews concept is a really unique opportunity. What we're doing is we're blending classic rock and roll with an outdoor beer garden feel. When you walk into our restaurants, I always like to say you kind of let out a big breath. You feel very connected, very comfortable in our environment. The other thing that's unique about our restaurants is we're a family restaurant. We just as likely to come into our restaurant and see a soccer team as you will a guy in a suit or a guy with his name embroidered on his shirt. We're a very broad demographic. I think because we are such a nice, comfortable environment for people to connect in. And the concept came from Dave Ferrano. Dave is a longtime music industry veteran, being in both management and also in the merchandising industry, and thought there was a void in the casual dining industry as to where can I go and it's not your hipster pickup joint, it's not your low-end family coffee shop restaurant, but there's a middle ground there, and that's where we really kind of shine in this environment, and I think why people have such a memorable experience here. So I'm a firm believer in growing in a margin metered way. We grow at about 25% a year to 30% a year, which is compounded over time, obviously. So next year we're hoping to be, we should be 12 restaurants by the end of this year, probably 15 to 20 restaurants next year, and so on and so on. And we're growing outside of the United States as well. We've just signed deals in Canada and Australia, and are looking to bring in partners in, both in Asian countries such as China, Malaysia, Singapore. All those markets fit very well into our demographic and kind of our appeal for classic rock.
It is always easy to find somebody with money who is willing to get involved with Rockin' Brews, but it is not money that we are ultimately after. It is passion, it is heart, it is dedication and commitment to excellence. The more you understand food, the more you understand people, the more you understand Rockin' Brews. So for us, it's not just a matter of somebody coming forward and wanting to invest. We want more than your money, we want your heart, we want your pride, we want your reputation.
What we look for in a business partner is commitment, number one, and pride, number two. Most important thing is our partner has to live in the town that our Rockin' Brews goes in. Send your kids to the schools in the town, go to work every day, know the people who are part of the team, our servers, by first name, know that the food is fresh, know that the local farmers bring in the produce, don't ship it in from far away, so that the food is fresher. So you can't manage something from far away. We are only as good as our partners. We can provide everything around it, but somebody has to come in every day and look at it. Like a beautiful garden. We can give you sunshine and rainwater. You still have to get up every day, check the soil, till it, pour water on. You have to keep your eye on your business, otherwise it dies.
What makes me most proud at Rockin' Brews is the fact that everybody who comes there loves it. They don't say it's good, they say it's great. They don't say they had a good time, they say they had a great time. And the ultimate proof is that they return. People talk about Rockin' Brews as though they're going to Disneyland, as though they're going to an amusement park, to someplace special, because it is special. It's unique, it has a different personality, the food is fabulous, the staff is fabulous. We hire people who understand that they are there to serve the customers. That's what it's about. Nobody who comes in should feel that they are anything except an honored guest. And we pay respect to the people who come in and make them feel that they are the reason that there is a Rockin' Brews. Without the people, there is no Rockin' Brews.
The biggest thrill I get from Rockin' Brews is actually seeing families there really enjoying it. The kids on their level, mom and dad are there, and of course, young single people who look across the room and, do all that stuff. So relationships are born, relationships break up, families are there. It's really a place to celebrate life. The experience of Rockin' Brews really begins very, very early at the top. When you first walk in, Rockin' Brews has to have an environment that's welcoming. So we have a philosophy of wide open spaces where one table can see the other table right from across the room. And you want to see where your kids are at all times so you can see everything. So it's that kind of communal setting. But the first impression, even before the food, is that first server who comes up and greets you and says, hello, welcome to Rockin' Brews. So that's an experience. That's even beyond our great chefs and the food. The first experience you have is the person who represents us. Therefore, a server who works at Rockin' Brews has to have the right kind of personality. If they are not people persons, if they don't enjoy talking, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, welcome. If you can't have a conversation, you won't work at Rockin' Brews. So it begins there. How you're treated is as good as how the food looks and should be as good as how the food tastes.
The reason for opening Rock and Brews around the world is because the world is all the same. People are the same no matter where you go. Language may seem to be a barrier, but everybody's heart is the same. What everybody wants out of life is the same. Everybody wants good company, good friends, good food, a great place to socialize. Everybody wants to belong, and that's what Rock and Brews offers, and that's not something that is purely American, although we bring American culture with Rock and Brews when we go to another country. But that being said, having traveled the world in KISS, it's clear to me that people are all the same, and what people want is the same. So Rock and Brews will give everybody what they ultimately want. Doesn't matter where you're born. You can have great food, great socializing, great beer. You can have a place you can bring your children. This is something very special and something that we're very proud of and that the world needs.
The mission of Rock and Brews is actually make the experience of living in your town better, to put a smile on your face, to make new friends, to make you forget about the traffic jam outside, to make you forget about the quarrel, the fight you had with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It's a magic place because you're surrounded by videos and music and people having a good time. When you see somebody smiling, it's difficult not to smile back. We want the experience to be a part of your life. And keep coming back. Let us be a part of your family.